What's up?
I'll be honest, I wasn't sure how much it was like. I didn't want to put you in a position of feeling. If you think it's so worth, I will put it to you. I'm the one who's talking. If you think there's something worth
What's your number?
passing along,
She's number 11 still.
11?
Yeah,
Because I know she got her, right?
Yeah,
So
yes.
it's hard to recognize for me now.
Exactly. She plays center on this team.
I was unsure as to whether I could ask you. I talked to thank you for bringing it up. Because it really was like I was a little unsure as to whether I paid attention.
All right, we have Lady Rough Riders coming out here in this early morning, Saturday morning. We will be going up against Summit. Good part is it sounds like the audio is working this time. Sorry about that for yesterday. Some minor adjustments on our Zoom here. So as you can see, we have three goalies out there right at the moment. Maddie is still coming back from some repair work. We have our guest goalie, Esty, and of course Cora is out there. Esty is out there in the, I can't see her number, but she has white pads and white helmet. Cora with white pads and a black helmet. And Maddie's down there with her red gloves, white helmet, and black pads. Come down to the final 50 seconds of the warm-up. Just to make me feel better, if someone can hit the thumbs up inside of YouTube to tell me that you guys can hear me, that would be great. All right, there's the buzzard. Girls will do their little chant, get the pucks in a bucket, and we'll start this game. If anyone missed the game last night, about 12 hours ago, Lady Rough Riders ended up winning against the 14ers competitive team. Hopefully they knocked off all the snow and dust and everything after the long holiday time off. should have a good game. Thank you for confirming that there's audio. Lady Rough Riders will be in their dark jerseys as the away team. Summit will be in their white and greens for home. You can always tell how early in the morning it is for everybody when the stands and the benches are very, very quiet. Here we go. Looks like coming out, we're going to have Harper and Catherine. Amelia is out there on that far wing. Amelie is over there on that back far wall wing, and looks like Sasha's partnering up. Summit was able to get it into our zone over on that far side. Shot on goal already by Summit. That was Maddie smothering it up. Face-off win by Harper. She got it over to Amelia back to Harper. Harper's going across. She's across the blue line. She tries to bury it down deep. She's already picking up her own. She's coming up on this inside wall. Gets up to Catherine, up to Harper, and it just got kicked out. Maddie Benish is down here. She just picked it up. I thought that was Sasha's. Maddie Benish there back there. Summit pushes it in. Catherine's on the back of the girl over here on this near corner. She gets over to Harper. Harper gets it up to Amelia. Amelia takes it across the blue line. Back to Harper. Harper takes a shot, goes up and high over the net. I'm sure it was only a couple inches, but it looked like about a foot at this angle. Looks like we're changing out some of the Rough Riders. Looks like Ann's in for Harper on center. Looks like we have Lindsay in for Catherine. Maddie Benish pushing it down deep past the goal line down here on the inside wall. Gets to Ann. Ann kicks it back. Over to Lindsay. Maddie Benish gets up to Lindsay right in the... Oh, just got out. We got two Summit versus Maddie Benish. Maddie Benish gets right in the way, does a body shot. Summit picked up the trash there and just put one in the goal. It's a goal for Summit at 12:20 in the first period. Looks like we have Haley McKenzie for our two wings. M as center. Evelyn and Georgia back here on D. Ref was given a moment for Maddie in the goal to do some adjustments on those pads. Good face-off win by M. Wraps around from Evelyn to McKenzie, and McKenzie gets it in deep. Summit's able to get it out across right in front of their bench. They're going in fast. Good pressure and a penalty against Summit against McKenzie. We got possession again. Thanks, ref. We got Georgia taking an off-cross on this penalty. Maddie's coming off the bench, gets centered to McKenzie, and there's the whistle blow. We were trying to get that extra skater out there. Looks like number 24 is going in for roughing. We are on a power play here. Harper's coming out to center. Catherine in the near wing. Amelia in that far wing. Sasha and Emily on D. Puck gets off the top of the circle all the way back into our zone, back to Maddie. Maddie kicks it out all the way to the top of the outside circle. Shot toward the goal. Maddie batted away up to Harper on this near wall as Harper takes it in on this wall. She got picked off there right near the red line, and Summit brings it right back in. They are on a short-handed group out there. Shot toward the net, but it goes a few feet wide. Emily giving some good pressure over there. Harper picks it up on that first circle. Bit of a poke check there by Summit. Gets to Sasha. Sasha tries to take it out. Gets over to Catherine. Catherine all the way across the ice. Harper takes it into the zone. Shot toward goal, but it nails one of these skaters before it got to the goal. It's like Summit's taking it out across the blue line here. Sasha's getting some good pressure. Shot on goal from almost the red line from one of their players as they change out skaters. Summit's back in our zone. We're down to 37 seconds on our power play in our zone defending. We do a wrap around that far wall. Amelia gets on the ice, comes across. She bats it forward. One of their defenders picks it up in their zone. We're down to the 10-minute mark. About 15 seconds left in this power play for the Rough Riders. Puck's loose over in the far wall. Some miscommunication there. And Summit takes another shot toward goal, but it goes about 10 feet wide. More back and forth back behind our net as we try and maintain possession. Harper picks it up here at the bottom of the circle. Some help by Lindsay. Harper's skating between two, got pinned off by the third defender. Gets up to Harper right at the blue line, gets another turnover. Kat's getting in there with Lindsay, slowing down progress for Summit. Summit dumped it in deep. Amelie gets to it first, back behind the net. She wraps it around. It's over to Benish, hits the Summit player. Now Ann's got it. She passes right underneath the stick of Summit over to Lindsay. She got picked off by a Summit player who's rushing it. All right, we have a penalty call. Looks like it's against the Rough Riders because there's no whistle blow yet. All right, there's a whistle blow and got to the puck and had possession, so they blew the whistle. So now we are on a penalty kill. Starting out at 8:36 in the first period. Looks like we have Haley, Evelyn, Georgia, and Mackenzie coming out here for our center. Summit's got 5, Rough Riders got 4 skaters on the ice. Good win by Mackenzie. Gets over to Haley. Haley dumps it into their zone. No icing call. Haley's right on the back of that player. Mackenzie's backing her up. We've got a fast Summit player coming up. She's across the blue line. Good back check by Georgia. Mackenzie's putting some pressure as they get down into the corner. Haley's now getting on it. She got a tip on the puck, which got loose to Mackenzie. Mackenzie's taken across the center ice, but got turned over right there. She got taken off her skates. Another fast Summit player taking it all the way into the zone, end to end here almost. Shot on Maddie. Shot hit her in the upper left shoulder, and she was able to get the rebound and cover it up. That was the first 46 seconds of this penalty kill for the Rough Riders. Got another minute 14 left. Good face-off win by Harper. Gets back to Emily. Emily wraps it all the way around. Goes up and over the Summit stick right in front of the Rough Riders bench. Good pressure by Neely. It gets all the way back to Harper. Harper takes a shot toward goal from on the other side of the red line. Summit puts it in deep back behind. That's an icing call against Summit. That's a way to ruin a power play. We like that. We'll have a face-off here in the near circle in Summit zone at 7:24. 49 seconds left in this penalty kill for the Rough Riders. It's like we have Harper coming out in center, Sasha and Emily on D. Summit wins that face-off. They get it back to one of their D players. Harper's putting some pressure. They put it all the way down the ice. We have no defenders between us. Oh, there we go. Sasha and Emily get back there. It's a good move by Sasha. We got it back in the zone. Harper's got on the girl on this near wall, but it gets past. We've got Sasha and Emily coming back here. Shot toward goal, and it was feet over and off to the side of Maddie. Puck gets wrapped around in this near wall. They put it back to their defender. Nice job by Amelia. Battle back behind the net. Harper and Sasha are trying to get it away. Shot on goal. Puck is loose again. Oh my God, get it out of the crease. Sasha's down here on the near wall. Boy, it looked like a trip, but no call. I don't know if that was Sasha or Harper over to Catherine. Not sure what the call is. We're back 5-on-5. It was a good job on the penalty kill by the Lady Rough Riders. 6-10 on that far circle face-off. And doing the face-off, they get locked up there at the point. They take a centering shot straight down the alley, but it goes wide. Cat kicked it back to the blue line, but one of their defenders swooped in and kept it in. Maddie Benish wrapping around on this inside up to Lindsay. Lindsay gets caught up in one of the players. All right, puck's up and over the blue line into their zone. Assume that was Maddie Benish that relayed it up. Got a fast player. Amelie was able to get a stick and break possession from that player as they're just coming across our zone.
Nice girl.
Someone tried to do a one-timer from almost from the blue line. Cat, nice job, Cat. She was able to push it up and out of our zone. Makes all the way down to the red line. No icing call. We're down to 5-10 in this first period. We trail Summit by 1 goal. Someone's trying to get it out of their zone. Amelie buries it deep right up to Lindsay. Lindsay's right in front of the crease. Oh, the goalie had to bat it away. It was going slow-mo, but it was right there. One of the fast Summit players came right at Amelie. She was able to get a stick on it. Fantastic job by Maddie Benish down inside that back wall, battling. All right, we got the puck up and out again. This time we have McKenzie taking it into the zone, backed up by Haley. Shot on goal by McKenzie. It's like Haley's on that, or M's on the far side for the forward. We've got one of their shooters, Evelyn, just went from one player to the other and kept the puck off the girl's stick the whole time. That was great defense by Evelyn. We have Georgia out here helping out. Georgia was laying down her stick to create a speed bump in case there is a pass toward or centering pass. All right, we got it back out of our zone. Haley's getting some great back pressure as we force the Summit back into their zone. Summit's in the zone now from that far circle. She's got all the pressure in the world by Evelyn. Georgia backing her up. Mackenzie backing up Georgia. All right, and we got it up and out across the center ice. They did a bad pass. They put it right to Catherine. Catherine's got it right in front. It's just her and the goalie. And that is a goal at 3:26. That was a great goal, great setup. Speed is where it's at to get out in front of their defenders when they're trying to put defense up. It's a fantastic job by Catherine. All right, we got a 1-1 game in the first period at 3:26. We have Harper coming out on the face-off. Someone wins that out, just barely gets back to one of their defenders. They get up to one of their wings. They're in our zone. Harper gets a good back check. It's over to Sasha. Sasha tries to get it out, but it doesn't get enough speed. Goes to Catherine. Gets up to Harper. Harper gets off her skates. Summit's back in our zone. They take a shot toward goal, goes well wide, but still went over the crease. They're trying to get a centering pass thing here going. Sasha's doing some great pressure. Catherine and Harper putting some pressure in. Sasha backed them up as the puck went toward Maddie. We had a handoff pass, but there was no Rough Rider there. 14ers got to it. Another shot toward goal. Sasha laid one of their girls out. They got a little bit too close to Maddie. It was a nice move by Sasha. Good D. So every defender says, get away from my goalie. Pass from Amelia to Harper. Puck just goes out and back into our zone. Harper's looking for an open pass. She gets Catherine. Catherine to Amelia. Amelia back to Catherine. Catherine's going in. She wants that second goal shot on goal. It was tumbling. There was a chance, but the goalie picked it up in her glove. That was a great shift. We're down to 2:14. We're changing out all the darts we have, and coming at center, Kat and Lindsay up for the wings. Maddie Benish and Amelie on D. Gets back from Ann, wins it, gets back to Amelie. Amelie buries it deep. Lindsay was trying to get some pressure on, but the Summit player is pretty darn fast. She's already in our zone, past Maddie. Amelie gets a fantastic poke check right before she shoots. There's some trash back behind. Puck is loose up to here. They do a centering pass. Maddie Benish gets a stick on it. Lindsay gets a stick on it. Come on, get it out of the alleyway there. All right, gets over to Kat. Kat's trying to get it forward, but she's just getting pestered from the side. And puts it up to Lindsay. Lindsay takes it and almost to the red line there. They bury it deep into this inside corner as it wraps around behind the net. Amelie picks it up. She's got two on her right there. Just gets kicked back past Lindsay, but it's out of our zone, forcing Summit to reset. They put it in deep on this inside wall, wraps around to the outside corner, and tries to shovel it past, but there's a 14er right on her back. Maddie shovels it the other direction over to Kat. Some more back and forth right before it gets out of the zone. I'm going to go for bingo here on this, saying it went wrapped back around to that far corner. Gets to Amelie. Amelie's working on trying to get it up and out. Her and Lindsay had 3 players on them. Maddie's got it. She kicks it up to Kat. There's 3 right in front of Kat here. Puck was bouncing toward the net, but it went wide. Looks like we have Evelyn out there for D now. Evelyn takes it up and out, so the puck is dribbling back toward the goal line. We've got 17 seconds on this first period. Kat putting some side pressure. Evelyn right there. Like seeing that. George is out here on D. Shot toward goal in those final seconds. We got 3 seconds on the clock. Shot on goal. Bounces off of the net guard on Maddie and goes to this near circle. That was a active first period. We have a 1-1 game coming to the second period.
I'm from Massachusetts and the Browns.
Oh, okay.
My daughter is coordinating. We listen to you all the time. Thank you.
Great, you bet.
Great job.
All right, here we go. Start of second period, 14 minutes on the clock, and we got a 1-1 game. We've got a lot of skaters out there. Let's go down one here. All right, here we go. Looks like we have Emily coming out here for face-off. Haley on that far wing. Mackenzie on this near wing. Georgia and Evelyn on D. Face-off win by Summit as they pass across ice and come in on this inside wall. Georgia's right there on her. Kenzie lost the edge on her skate. She gets caught up in this near wall. Haley's battling out, pushing, shoving down there. Shot toward goal. I don't know who that hit, but you could hear an audible thump as the puck hit one of the players. Looks like we have Cora in the ice. I'm Cora on the ice. I mean, she's in the net. Ooh, everyone's on the ice, right? All right, we got the puck going across all the way down. It's going to likely be no icing call. We're in their zone. Puck is right in the crease. Oh. Puck's coming in on this inside wall. Georgia stops it. She takes a shot actually toward the goal. The goalie had to swat it away. All right. Summit brings it back down on all the way across, coast to coast here by this number 3 player. Evelyn's on her back the whole way, doing some great D this morning. I don't know if she had her Wheaties and coffee or both. She is doing fantastic out there. Got Georgia battling on that far wall, just almost gets out. 14ers, sorry, that was last night. Summit keeps it in just at the blue line. All right, M kicks it up and out, gets to Catherine. Catherine's looking for another goal. She takes a swinging one-handed shot and actually hit the side of the net. Harper battling up on this inside wall, just gets past. Georgia's backing her up. There's a girl down, but no tripping. Puck is going airborne here. All right, Sasha's got it. She's got it up and out. It's across the blue line. Summit down ice, picked it up. Harper's chasing the girl down as she goes back behind the net. That girl wraps it against the wall. Ref had to get out of the way, and there is a headshot on Esty, our goalie. I don't know if that's our goalie. I'm sorry. I don't know if that's Esty, sorry. It's the reason why the girls have to keep their mask down. She took a puck in the side of the head as we kick the puck forward. It's going to be a face off the center ice. Looks like we have Harper on center. Amelia out here on this near wing. Catherine on that far. Emily on the back. Emily picks up the puck as Harper got it back there. Puck gets out of the zone. Summit tries to get back in at the last moment. Harper picked up that trash as they were confused. Harper's through one, got picked up, shot on goal, and pick up off the rebound. I think that was Catherine for her number 2 goal this morning. And that is why the shooter needs backup for those rebounds. That was a great pickup on rebound from Catherine from Harper's shot. That was a goal number 2 for Catherine at 11:28 in the second period. Rough Riders now lead Summit by 1 goal. Lindsay, Kat on our wings, and doing our center. Emily and Sasha on our D. Summit's driving it hard into our zone. Shot on goal. Gore almost went backwards in across the goal line, but she was just on the right side of it. We'll go with what the ref says. That was no goal. Get a face-off here on that near circle. Good face-off win by Ann. Gets back to Sasha. Sasha brings it forward. Emily's reminding the Summit player to get away from our goalie. Shot toward goal, but couldn't see. There's a lot of skaters there in the way, but the puck went wide of the net. The defender tries to take a blue line shot. It goes wide, hits the back of the wall. And Lindsay putting pressure as Summit puts it down deep behind our net and relays it forward. Kat. Kat's got it. She just gets it out, hits off the skate. We got one Summit player running in there quick. She's at the goal line. She's trying, I don't know what she's doing. She gets it pass right up to Kat. Kat passes up to Lindsay. Beautiful pass. Lindsay's across the blue line. Summit picks up the puck. We've got Summit taking it all the way across here. They do a great pass back, shot toward goal. She had all the time in the world, and she took too much time as we were able to keep any kind of good shots from happening on Cora there. And to Haley, and we were able to get it out and across, but they did another pass toward a cherry picker here down at the blue line. I say cherry picker, but the Summit player is doing exactly what she needs to do. All right, Haley battling out against 2. She gets into the zone, gets forward to one of their D players as she skates it back behind. Summit player's got speed here as she takes it across. Oh, beautiful. Maddie Benish lost an edge. She swung her stick out and got a poke check on the Summit player. Puck is loose as it hits this inside wall. That was M pushing it forward. There's that same cherry picker down here at our blue line. Sasha got over to her quick as the player was trying to get control of the puck. Shot on goal. It goes right to Maddie. Maddie shoves it all the way down. No icing call against Rough Riders. We're down to 8:45 on the clock. They passed it along the outside wall. Just made it out of the zone. Amelie putting some great pressure there. Gets back to Maddie. Maddie just turns and rips it up the wall, but that same number 3 player was right there. Catherine picks it up back behind our net. It's a little loose there. Up to Amelia. Amelia cuts off the defensive player as the puck's right down below us here at the red line. Good stick time there by Amelia on the timing. Puck's all the way down there. Cora backhands it. Oh, they try and do a wraparound. Great job by Maddie and Cora. Puck is loose. Catherine's out front. She's looking for goal number 3. Oh my God, that would have been her hat trick for this morning. Goes up and wide. Harper gets tied up on a player against this wall. Amelia gets to the puck first, but Summit gets to it. Puck gets loose through the legs. Oh my God, it's like the ice is slippery down there. Everyone's falling. Puck is loose right in the center. Maddie and Amelie, great D pressure. Put it forward. There we go. Up to Amelia. Amelia's got it right there. She bumps it forward just enough. Summit gets to it a little bit first, but Amelia was getting some good pressure. Harper's out there putting pressure down at the top. Lindsay stops it from going out. She wraps it on the outside wall. Coming down to 7-10 in the second period. Harper pushed it to... Oh, Harper does a backhanded shot from just the inside of the outside circle. That wasn't confusing. Got Lindsay putting pressure as Summit brings it out and across. That is an icing call every day of the week at 6:56 against Summit. Looks like we have Ann doing our face-off. We have Kat on the near, Lindsay on the far, Evelyn and Georgia on D. Summit barely wins that face-off. Sounded like patty cake between the two centers on that point drop. Kat was putting so much pressure on two of the players. They dump it backwards. Lindsay picks up. She does a centering pass. Oh, Ann was there, but she got tied up on that player. We've got speed coming across the red line. Good poke check by Georgia. Shot toward goal. And it went up and in to the top corner from the outside circle. That is goal number 2. And a really good shot by Summit there. 6:28 in the second period. We have a tied up game. We have M doing our face-off. Mackenzie in this near wall. Haley on that far wing. Sasha and Emily on D. Face-off win by Summit as they recover at their blue line, bring it into the zone. Sasha gets a poke check. Knocks it into the wall. Summit's trying to do a centering pass, but it goes by everybody. It's back to their D. Shot toward goal. Sasha was right there to block it. She smacked it forward, almost made it over the blue line. We have another goal line. The angles don't work there for that shot, but we get it up and out to the red line, and it's back in again. That same shooter from this goal line is right back behind our net. She actually chips it up and over the net. And Sasha picked it up. She pushed it forward. And Summit reset again. This is a repeat. We should have this on our bingo card for everything. Puck slowly goes forward and Cora covers it up. That was the first time I've seen a player chip the puck from behind the net up and over. I don't know if she was trying to bounce off the back of Cora's head. Had that worked, that would have been pretty amazing, but otherwise we picked it up and got out of the zone. We got Harper doing the face-off. Summit wins it, gets back to their D. Their D tries to put it in the wall. Amelia gets that pickup. She's out in front. She's got one. She got back check from behind. Gets to Catherine. Catherine takes a moving shot toward the goal. It goes up and wide. Harper puts it back into the corner, back and forth. She ties up that player in that corner. Amelia backs her up. Amelia gets it back behind the net. Catherine's there. I heard a stick touch there for a second. Amelie tries to center it, but it doesn't. Makes it to a Summit player instead as we reset here. Summit gets it in deep. Looks like Maddie banishes to it first. She wraps it back around up to Amelia. Amelia's got two on her front and back. Summit wins. All right, we've got a puck back to their D. They hit right into Harper's skates. Shot on goal from the outside circle. Cora was able to stop it. Amelia's got two on her again on this inside wall. Harper backs her up. Harper's taking it back behind the net. She cuts back as she drew in the Summit player. Now she's cutting it across this inside wall. She's all the way out in front. There's that speed that we need. She gets shoulder checked right as she's coming in. There's a whistle. And the whistle was for the net coming off the pegs. Some good hockey right there. We're down to 4:06 on the tied up game in the second period, 2-2. Looks like face-off is going to be Ann coming to center, Lindsay on the far, Cat in the near, Georgia and Evelyn. Good win by Ann. Gets to Evelyn. Evelyn chips it to Lindsay. Lindsay tries to get it there, but there's just players in front for the goal. Summit puts it back. Oh, puck got loose. Georgia thought she was putting it down ice. Everyone looked. Oh my. Oh, no goal, no goal. Cora got knocked off her skates. The puck hit her. Cover it up, cover it up, cover it up. Oh my gosh. We got the stands screaming here at 3:30 in the second period. Yeah, finally gets it out. That was ridiculous. Rough Riders earned that paycheck this time. That was some chaos there in front of Cora. Summit's bringing it all the way across. Good pressure by Georgia. Gets back to Ann. Ann's got it back behind the net. She's looking for an open player. She gets up to Lindsay. Lindsay's got one in front, one behind, but it just gets pushed out. Lindsay's pushing it forward. She's taking it into the zone. She smacks it into the corner. All right, let's get some fresh skaters. Puck comes straight across and out of the zone as we're changing out players. Evelyn's out there now helping Georgia. Looks like we have M, Mackenzie, and Haley. Georgia tries to get it up to M, but it gets loose, comes over in this near wall. Mackenzie picks it up. She's got one on her. That one took the puck, but Evelyn backed her up. Evelyn gets it up and out. That was not an offside. We're down to 2:20. M's battling back behind our net as Georgia backs her up, comes across. She tries to bury up and out. Its puck is loose. Looks like there's going to be an icing call. No icing call. Must have hit somebody's skate. Haley and another player down back at the goal line in Summit's zone. M's putting pressure on this near side. They do a try bad pass. M gets a stick on it, gets past Georgia and the Summit player. Sasha's on the ice now. She picks it up. She brings it back almost to the goal. It got knocked off her stick, and Cora had to bat it away. 14ers bury it on this inside wall over into the outside corner. Kenzie's doing some back pressure. Sasha's doing front pressure. They try to one-time it on a centering pass. I think that was Mackenzie that kept it from going in on Cora. All right, there's an icing call against Rough Riders. We need fresh skaters. We want that line of Summit off the ice. That would be great. We're down to 1:23 on the clock in the second period. Tied up game. Harper's doing our face-off. Amelia and Catherine for the two wings. Emily and Sasha on D. More back and forth here on this near wall and on this near circle. With Sasha and Harper picking up the puck. Puck is loose right in front of Cora. No goal. Cora was able to cover it up. Girls need to put on the gas, get it down the ice, and get another spare goal on that board. Harper does the face-off. Some back and forth. She gets an extra stick on it. Shot on goal. Puck is loose. They take a shot. No goal. They wave it off. The puck is loose. Thank you, Sasha. She kicks it down the ice. We got cheering parents on both sides because of the back and forth that was just happening there in front of the net. That was 15 seconds of stress that nobody needed here. Sasha and Emily are coming off the ice. Amelie and Benish for D. Harper, Catherine, and Amelia on this face-off. Some back and forth. Puck touches by both sides as we are trying to get possession of the puck and get it out of our zone under control. Summit is in control and they're keeping it in the zone. We're putting good pressure. Shot toward goal, but hits the side of the net. Harper picked up the trash. Puck's loose again. Omley wraps it around. Their D picked it up. They're on that outside circle. Coming across the point. Oh, she takes a shot. Ricochets off some skates. Amelia on this near side. Shot toward goal. Cora stopped it again. Oh, thank you. Get it out. All right, Amelia was able to get out and across. That's the end of the second period. That was stressful. This is a very, very close game. Final 14 minutes. We'll start here in about 60 seconds. All right, there's the whistle for the start of our final period in this game against Summit. All right, Rough Riders coming out to the point. Like we have Mackenzie, Haley, and M for our front line, Evelyn and Georgia for our D. Looks like we have our third goalie in Esty is in the goal for the third period. Swapping goalies per period here. We got the puck into their zone, got back out. We've got Summit coming across. That is offsides all day long. We'll take it. We'll get a face-off here on this near face-off point. Summit wins that face-off, but Mackenzie and Haley get it up. They're all the way in the zone. Oh, just gets out of the reach of Mackenzie as we get near the goal. M comes across. She lost her skates. She takes out one of the Summit players. Puck is loose. Coming across, they do a good centering pass, but it gets over to Georgia in that far corner. Georgia's got one on the front, one on the back. Puck gets past her. Puck is loose. Georgia got backed up by Mackenzie up to Haley as an icing call as it got past the center red line. Icing call against Rough Riders. We'll have a face-off at 13-10. Let's see, looks like we have Harper, Catherine, and I'm guessing Amelia. Good face-off win by Harper. Puck gets loose back to their D. Their Summit took a shot that SD got deflected off. They keep it in the zone. It's like we have Emily and Sasha back on D. Puck over to Amelia. Amelia up to Catherine. Catherine's coming across as she gets tangled up. Harper picked up that trash in the circle. Shot toward goal off the leg pad. Good thump there with some speed. Puck's back out of our zone. Catherine putting some pressure. Puck goes wide of our goal. Puck's back behind our net. Summit picks it up first. They're looking for a centering pass slash shot toward goal. Esty lays down and she gets shoved by Summit. That is a good way to get a negative reaction from the Rough Riders. That was a great save by our goalie. Looks like we have Ann coming out in this face-off, Lindsay, Emily, Sasha, and Kat. Summit win, gets up and over to one of their wings. Good pressure by Kat, forces them to do a bad pass. They wrap it around back along the goal line. Back to their D shooter. The D shooter takes a shot. Ann gets a stick on it before it makes it. We have a pushing from our goalie. I think Esty just shoved the player out of her crease. All right, that is a penalty against Lady Rough Riders. They're putting Kat in the box since they can't put our goalie in the box. We're now on a penalty kill. At 11:52 in the second period. Face-off win by Summit. Shot on goal by Summit's D. Hits off Esty. Sasha picks it up as it bounces out. She gets taken off her skates. Ann gets a great stick on it. Emily comes in for a back check, but oh, the puck is loose. Oh, thank you for blowing that whistle. The puck was loose. Esty was able to kick it out. The goalie, the ref watching the goal line thought it was underneath her pad. We'll have a face-off here in the near circle. We got another minute 41 of a penalty kill here. Omley and Maddie Benish, Mackenzie and M. Puck is out across the ice. That is a no icing wave. Let's burn that clock off. Summit picks it up back behind their net. Good pressure by, oh, thank you. That was totally a hooking call on Catherine, but they didn't call it. Oh, no, there it is. The other ref had that hand up. I didn't see it. That's not good. We don't like 5-on-3 here. All right, we now have 2 in the box. Looks like we now have Maddie Benish, Georgia, and Harper for our entire line. We have a 5-on-3 penalty kill. Harper wins the faceoff, gets to Maddie Benish, gets loose. Puck goes up, bounces, and stops on top of the net as it ricocheted off their goal, off our goalie. Another faceoff. That chewed 4 seconds off. Summit wins that faceoff. They take another centering shot. Esty was ready for it. Harper picks it up. Oh my God, she tries to bounce it off the official's glass. Instead, she puts it right into the Rough Riders bench as it bounces off the inside of the glass. That'll make a coach nervous with a puck flying in at that speed. Harper doing a face-off on that far circle now. Maddie in front of Esty and Georgia in the back behind Harper. Harper wins that face-off. Gets back to their D. Their D tries to take a shot. Harper's putting the pressure on. Georgia and Maddie Benish are doing some good stuff. Harper just got a good old slash right from that player. Puck glances off our goalie's stick. Esty. Harper's still putting pressure on. This is still a 3-on-5, another 35 seconds. Good job, Maddie, putting some extra pressure on there right in front of it. Georgia gets it. Georgia's trying to skate it out. She skates it out. across the red line. Shot toward goal, goes a little wide, goes into the far corner. We're down to 10-13, 20 seconds on our first penalty kill, minute on our second penalty kill. Good poke check by Mackenzie as they bring it back into our zone. Sasha and Emily are back here handling D. Mackenzie just took a good shoulder in the side. Emily kicked it out. Mackenzie's got it out in front. She's taking a shot toward goal. It goes wide. Puck bounces off the back wall, hits the back of the net. They still lost it. Oh, Mackenzie tries to center it, but we just don't have enough players on the ice. There's the end of our first penalty kill. We got 4 on 5 now. Gets over to Haley, right down below us. Let me see if I can pan down here. Sasha gets it out and across the ice. Hits right in front of the Summit's bench. Summit puts it down into our zone. Sasha's there. She's looking, gets just past her. She looked up and the puck moved off the end of her stick. Summit took a shot and Essie was right there to drop on top of it. Whew. Going from a single penalty kill to a double penalty kill, making it through the first one, down to 6 seconds left on the most recent one. 6 more seconds, and we're back to full strength. We're down to 9:15 on the clock. M doing the face-off. Puck win by Summit goes all the way across. Amelie's chasing it to the wing. This near wall gets back to their D. Their D loves shooting from that blue line. Shot on goal. Goes right to Esty. Esty came pretty far out of the crease. I think she had one skate in there, and she covered it up. We'll take it. It's like we have Harper coming out for center. Amelia on the side. Catherine. Puck win by, face-off win by Summit. Catherine kicked it forward though. Some badminton going on here as the players chip it forward from the edges of their sticks, airborne. Summit tries to do a centering pass, gets to Harper, Harper centers it down lane. Amelia gets it, Catherine's out in front. She's got it. Oh, right off the goalie's late pass. Harper picked up at the center point. She ripped a crazy hot shot down the center lane. Puck gets loose. Banish puts it down deep, puts it toward the goal. It goes back behind. Harper's chasing down in the inside wire. Amelie stops at the blue line. She kicks it center. One of their wings picked it up as they bring it into the zone. Maddie Banish gets a stick on it. 8:13 on the clock. Some battling. Catherine's got it at the top of the circle, inside circle. She passes it to Amelia. Amelia, glances off, but Catherine does some backup. She drives the player into the Rough Riders bench. Harper picks it up. Some angry parents over here. Harper's dangling as she takes a shot. That goalie's gold down there. She just took a wicked hit once and now twice. Harper's diggling it out back behind the net, backed up by Amelia. Catherine stops her from going across. She loses her stick. Amelia's looking for an opening. Catherine is just picking it up as it goes right across the center. Evelyn stops it from going into our zone. All right, we've got, I think we are hearing too many skaters from the Rough Riders side. Harper's putting pressure down this inside wall, gets up to there, forward, gets past Evelyn. M backs her up. Shot on goal from on the other side of the blue line, hit Esty, and she waited till the Summit came up so she could cover it up. It's a smooth move by that goalie. We're down to 7:02 in a tied game. Summit wins that faceoff. Haley shot from their D, hit M, got caught up in her jersey. It's like we wrapped it around to their D. Their D picked it up, but gave us some time to get some stick time on it. That is an offside call. Oh, delayed offsides. We got M bringing it across. Puck gets loose on her as she comes across the blue line.
Nice, Haley.
Back up by Haley. Gets down behind their net. Mackenzie gets in there, gets a stick on it. It's like Sasha kicks it over across center ice. Some back and forth as the passes don't connect. We got a Summit player coming in. Shot toward goal. Georgia had a good side poke check. Kept her from getting a hot shot on Esty. Georgia kicks it up to Haley. Haley gets it out of the zone. She banks it off the wall. Once, twice. Mackenzie caught up the trash as Summit tries to bury it. Mackenzie lost her stick there. Puck is out. Georgia catches it right at the red line. She chips it in as she loses an edge along with the Summit player. Mackenzie picks it up on that far wall with the help of Georgia right in front of Summit's bench. Haley putting pressure on. She backed off so she could get some fresh skaters on. Ann's out here. Kat's out here. Sasha and Emily on D. That's an icing call against Summit. We're down to 5:23. Two of the Summit players just ran into each other, and the peanut gallery of the Rough Riders were doing golf claps as the girls were heads down and ran into each other. It's pretty funny. Summit girl bowed to him. All right, we have Ann doing a face-off. Kat's on that far side. Gets over to Lindsay and the wing, but the wing picked it up. Summit. Super slow motion as Summit brings it up and out. Emily is going speed. She gets to it first. Kicks it back. Summit picked it up. Summit's all in front of Esty. One rebound and got over there back of Esty. That was a great block by Esty. All right. Puck is loose. Esty again came way far out. I think she has one leg back touching the blue crease.
Let's get cooking, Summit!
We're down to 4:49. Sorry, I'm chuckling. I have a very loud Summit parent screaming in my ear. We have Harper doing a face-off. Looks like Catherine's this near. Amelie and Maddie Benish. And Amelia over on that far side. Someone's trying to figure out who's going to do the face-off. There's, I don't know, we'll say a neutral face-off there as it goes back and forth. Harper kicked it forward. Or no, that's Catherine. Catherine's going for that hat trick. One, and that's it. Hat trick for Catherine. Catherine, goal number 3 at 4:36 in the third period. That was awesome. Harper wins that faceoff, gets back to Amelie. Amelie gets it across the red line into their zone. We were rushing forward to get it. We've got Maddie Benish on the back. We've got Summit out in front. Good back checking by Rough Riders as they lose their opportunity to shoot. We chipped it up and out of the zone. Summit's refreshing here at the red line. Does some dangling. Gets it over to one of their D. Amelie gets to it, ties it up. Gets back to Summit. Summit takes a crazy shot off Esty once and twice. There's a rebound still. Harper gets in the way. Their goalie was our goalie was completely out and being kept out of the crease. I think the ref called it. And we are doing a face-off and they're near on Rough Rider zone.
Let's get cooking, Summit!
We're down to 3:56 on the clock. We have M doing our face-off. Haley on the near, Mackenzie on the far, Georgia and Evelyn on D. Evelyn, puck got wrapped around to this near wall. Evelyn's got 2 on her. Puck just gets loose. Evelyn's still battling on one. She's getting backed up by Mackenzie. Gets it up to Haley. Gets back to McKenzie puts it across the red line, hits that far wall in the Summit zone. That was almost hooking. McKenzie and Haley getting it tied up. M's going over to that corner. Summit got there first, but M got a stick on it. Keeps it in the zone as Summit resets back behind their net. We're down to 3:10 on this third period as Summit skates through us all. Good. Oh, we got a tie up there. No. Don't watch the puck. All right. Good pass up to Haley from McKenzie as she cuts across this red line. Where's the puck? Summit picks it up in their far, or in this near circle. We got some fresh skaters coming on the ice. Looks like we have Ann, Evelyn, Georgia, Kat, and Lindsay. Puck's out and loose. It's coming into our zone. Georgia's out front. Kat's on back. Georgia gets a good poke check. Hits Kat. Kat's working on trying to get it up and out. Gets loose. Gets to Lindsay now. Kat gets it out. Puck is slow moving across the ice. Just going to hit that goal line. No icing call against Rough Riders. We're down to 2:11 on the clock. Nice effort by Kat. She dug it out, wrapped it around, gets to Ann in this near circle.
Get it.
Ann was getting pressured, so she put it back behind the net. Gets to Georgia. Georgia's shot toward goal goes wide. Gets over to Ann again in this near wall. She tries to take a shot, but there is a lot of pressure on her. It puck goes high and over the net. Amelia coming in off the bench. Stick got knocked out of her hands as she came into that wall. Summit brings it into our zone. Georgia kicks it forward to Amelia. Amelia and Georgia are trying to get to the puck. We're down to a minute. We're down to 90 seconds in this game. We're up by 1. Summit's trying to get across that red line. Harper catches up the player at the red line. Shot toward goal. I don't know who did it. We'll say Amelia.
Yeah, nice.
We've got the puck. Georgia. That was Georgia bringing it in. She takes a shot on goal. Georgia's having a discussion as the defender smacked Georgia in the chest after their goalie had it, and she was just standing there. Summit's stressing down here. Harper is doing our face-off. Looks like we have a timeout. I don't know who's going to be coming out on the ice after this. Wait a minute. Oh. We've got a call. I don't know. No, he was just calling it for a timeout on Summit. Got the crystal ball out. I'm guessing they are going to go open net here. We have a minute, 11 seconds. Summit's coming out. Rough Riders are coming out. Looks like we have Sasha and Emily on D. Amelia on this near wall. Harper doing the face-off, and Catherine at the top of the point. Harper perfect to Catherine. Catherine back to Sasha. Sasha takes a shot. Goes just a little bit wide. Puck gets loose on this inside wall. Summit gets it across. Sasha's got 2 on her. She's putting some pressure on that far outside edge. That is an offside, I believe, on Summit. Sharp eyes by these refs this morning. Very neutral refs. I'll take them anytime. We're down to 54.7 seconds. Harper's doing that face-off. Same crew out there.
Mira.
Harper tries to kick it forward. Mealy tried to get to it. Harper tries to take a shot from the red line right into the goalie. Harper bats it forward out of the air. Some angry parents at Summit thinking Harper did a back check, but she just fell into the girl. Shot on goal. Oh, that was crazy close. Puck is loose again right at the top of the crease. Oh, Esty, thank you. She came out, skates on the blue, and covered it up. 25.1 seconds, we get a face-off at this near circle. The ref is like, move it along, Rough Riders. Looks like Catherine's out, Harper's out. We have M and Haley. Shot on goal. Ooh. Esky just grabbed the puck out of the air from the top of the point. Shot.
Good grab, good grab.
We're down to 20.8. Good tie-up by M. Puck is just idle there. Good pass forward on 84, the open net. There's an icing call against Rough Riders at 11.9. I missed that they pulled their goalie, sorry. All right, we have Harper coming back in, Catherine back in, and Amelia. 11.9 seconds, tied up. Harper gets it, gets over to Sasha, shot toward goal from the side of the outside circle. 5 seconds, puck is loose. Amelia gets a stick on it. Catherine takes a chipping shot, hits the goal line, but not the goal. That would have been number 4 for Catherine, but we'll take her hat trick every day. That is game win number 2 for this weekend for the Lady Rough Riders. We have another game this evening. I'm not exactly sure on time, so ask your friends and family here. 3 parries, 3 goalies. We won 3-2. That was awesome. We will end the stream here just shortly after the good games and good jobs from the girls, and once they do fist bumps on the refs and coaches. Got to give YouTube that little bit of streaming buffering time that we get when we are surrounded by concrete. That was a great game. Thank you for watching. We'll try and get back with us this evening. It's the end of the stream.